Hello everyone, welcome back to the 20 Dolph channel, and this is my 2010 Škoda Octavia VRS TDI. And what I'm going to be doing in this video is doing a complete overview of this car, so driving it, what's under the bonnet, everything else about this car you're going to see in this video, so let's get into it. Now I do apologise, this video is going to be a little I recently had my wisdom teeth removed, so I can barely speak, but moving around to the front of my Octavia VRS, it looks so nice and aggressive. So this is kind of the little like facelift thing they did of the previous VRS. I'm not very familiar with the names. Like, I just call this the Octavia VRS from 2010. I don't actually know what the particular series is or what Škoda's thing is with this car, but there you go. Front of it is very nice and aggressive. It's a bit boring, like, I don't know, but there's like so many hints of other cars I can see. Like the headlights kind of give off a little bit of E-Class, Mercedes vibes. Lower grille, definitely GTI inspired. There's just bits and pieces. And this particular part here, I don't know why, but it reminds me of like a Hawkeye Impreza. It's bizarre. There's a couple of different design elements I can see in the front of this car. It's very strange, but I love it. I love it. The front of it looks very, very nice. Of course, you got the VRS badge on the grille here. And another thing I particularly like is the Octavia detail in the headlights there. That is a very, very nice thing. You do have your daytime runners down there as well. Bear in mind, this car is from 2010. Already had daytime running lights. Quite impressive, actually. This car is just very, very impressive. Obviously, we'll go more into detail with it the further into the car we go. But Škoda badge here. Obviously, you've got this little bonnet crease kind of leading out from that. And I do really like that. Yeah, overall the front of this car looks quite nice. Very elegant, yet just sporty enough. Perfect balance, I reckon. Now moving around to the side of my Octavia VRS, and if you haven't noticed by now, mine is a wagon. So this is my very first wagon, and I'm so pleased with it. On my particular car, we do have this unfortunate little scrape that does run the length of the side of the car here. That is okay. I will do my best to try touch that up, but yeah, previous owner was let's just say an elderly gentleman who maybe wasn't the best at maneuvering the car. However, having said that, this car does have a lot of Ks on it, so we'll address that later. Side of the car, what do we think? Well, I can see a lot of Volkswagen inspiration on the side here. For example, the door handles ripped straight from a Mark V Golf. Obviously the roof rails, I think these are Passat roof rails. And I've even got roof racks as well, so maybe I'll put like a ski box on it. Slam the thing. It'll look kind of mad, I reckon. No sunroof on my car. Good, because this is a Volkswagen Group product, so undoubtedly the sunroof drains would clog if you optioned this with a sunroof, so very happy this one doesn't have it. Other than that, you do have this body match trim piece down there. No lower side skirt. Interesting on a VRS model. You don't actually get a lower side skirt there, but that is fine. Rest of it does look very presentable, and I love it in this. I think they call it race blue, race metallic blue or something. I don't know. It's a nice color. I love this shade of blue. It's very similar to my R32's deep blue pearl paint, and I do quite like that. Now onto the wheels. We are running some 18-inch Škoda VRS wheels here. I don't know the particular name of these wheels, but they look okay. I don't mind them. Behind them sit a set of red brake calipers with, get ready for this, some VRS decals. You need to let everyone know that you're driving a VRS TDI. I don't think that's factor. I'm pretty sure previous owner put those little stickers on because that is facing the wrong way compared to everything else, which is facing that direction. I don't know. It's strange. It's strange. I'm gonna leave it. Previous owner clearly cared about it though, because we're running Potenza RE003s on the front and Pirelli Power Gs on the rear. So high quality rubber usually means meticulous servicing. Not so much meticulous, just the owner clearly spent money on the car, which is good. Let's take a look at the rear. Moving around to the rear of my Octavia VRS. Yeah, the window tint is kind of peeling, but that is very common on cars purchased from the western suburbs, as it does get quite hot there. I've noticed a lot of the cars I've bought from the western suburbs always have window tint that is peeling, but that is okay because the rest of the rear, it looks classy. It's just like the front. It's just kind of classy. yet a little bit angular, a little bit aggressive. We do have our VRS badge there. The Škoda badge always fades. So, I mean, I think I'm just going to replace it with a new badge. That'll be fine. Octavia badge there as well. And I do like the taillight design as well. Unfortunately, I am running yellow plates, but not for long. Not for long. I will go into detail later. We do have our rear parking sensors, which is very nice. Exhaust tip down there where you have reflectors down here. I don't know, overall the rear of it just kind of looks perfectly proportioned. I really, really like it. I think it's a very, very stylish looking wagon. And I do prefer these in wagon form. The sedans are very meh. I don't know, something about the wagon. Something about a performance wagon I just love. Anyway, this is a 2-litre TDI. I want to start it up so you guys get the pleasure of hearing this thing. It does have a soft limiter, but I'll try to do the soft limiter bypass just temporarily. And here we go. Actually, just before we do that, I want to show you the boot space because this is a... Help if I unlocked it. This is a wagon, so you will want to understand how much boot space you do get, and you do get quite a lot. So if you move the shade back, like look at that. There is a lot of room in here. I'm not sure exactly how many litres. The previous owner actually gave me new suspension as well. Even though the car doesn't really need it, he threw in a set of like brand new suspension. He said he paid like $500 for it. Just threw it in with the car. It's pretty much more than half what I paid for the car, just in suspension value alone. So there you go. Anyway, let's start this thing up. So the car does have a pretty sizable muffler and a DPF, and it's just a stock system, so it is pretty quiet. But, I mean, it's still a TDI, so it's an absolute weapon of an engine. Let's go check out that TDI, actually. So under the bonnet, once you get the bonnet strut down, which conveniently is placed right next to a very, very sharp edge. So I actually did cut my finger. I won't show that. It is bleeding everywhere, so... Besides that, under the bonnet, we have the 2-litre TDI. I believe the engine code is CRFW or something. I've got no idea. Something like that. It's like a 4-digit engine code. Doesn't really matter. This is a 2-litre TDI, which produces 125 kilowatt and about 320 Newton meters of torque. It's pretty good. Pretty impressive out of a unit like this. Obviously, Volkswagen's TDI motors are just... indestructible weapons, so long as they're cared for. The 1.9 TDI is definitely the superior engine, but the 2-litre TDI is pretty decent as well if it's cared for and the maintenance is done. Yeah, I mean, my Octavia here is experiencing a couple of little issues. So it's got an issue with the intake runner flap, so the engine light is on and power is reduced, and I've been told because that's due to carbon buildup in the intake manifold, so it'll either need to be cleaned or changed, or there is also a $17 fix, which might work, so we're trying that first, of course. Second issue, I'm having an underboost drama. So this car actually has 300,000 kilometers on it, so that'll either be new turbocharger or hopefully something else. I really hope I don't have to replace the turbo, but I mean... Every time I put my foot down, when I reach a hill, and we'll experience this on the test drive, the car goes into limp mode. And then you shut it off, turn it back on, and then it will resume its normal self again. So, yeah, I don't really know what's going on with that. Fingers crossed, hoping for the best. It is going to Carbon Auto House tomorrow to get diagnosed. So, hopefully I've got some good news coming from them. That is the engine bay. And that's really all you have to look out for. Just regular maintenance as well. DPF, make sure you take the car on a regular... highway drive every few weeks. Try to burn out the DPF every few weeks on the motorway. Then you shouldn't really have any dramas with it. And I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it for the under the bonnet. Let's go check out the interior. Okay, so now that my finger has stopped bleeding, we can step into the interior of my VRS. And before we step in, we do have our lovely VRS scuff plate to greet us. Now, stepping into the interior of my beautiful VRS, we are greeted with this lovely leather wrapped steering wheel. and it is a perforated leather steering wheel, and it's very, very nice. I do like the design of it. It's a multi-function steering wheel as well, so you do have your volume controls here, some options there to skip songs and this, that, the other. Then you've got your MFD settings here, which is all nice and good. The previous owner did put these carbon paddle shifters on it, and this one was actually like not sticking on the wheel, so I did just super glue this back on. So it doesn't work anymore, but at least it's on the steering wheel, so that's always a positive. This one works, and it's completely fine. You do have a little VRS badge at the bottom of the steering wheel here in this rubber bit, which is bizarre. It's fine. It's a very, very comfortable steering wheel to hold as well. It kind of feels like a hybrid between an Audi steering wheel and a Volkswagen steering wheel. It's very bizarre to explain, but it's nice. Of course, in front of that, we do have our Škoda information system. So it is yelling at me to service now, but 303,453 kilometers on this car. So this is proof that these TDI engines can run a very, very, very long time if they are well looked after. And I believe it will get a lot more life out of it. Obviously through here, you've got your oil temp, bunch of other little things that you control through this little scroll wheel here. And then if you go back, you've got your audio setup. You can change a bunch of different settings through that, so that's all fine. This is just Mark 6 generation Volkswagen infotainment stuff, but there are like hints of Mark 5 as well in the interior. It's bizarre. Like, obviously we'll go through it, but yeah, the rest of the infotainment system or instrument cluster is very, very nice. Obviously we do have our engine light on. It's a Volkswagen, what do you expect? Around here you do have your brightness settings and this, that, the other. Auto headlights, and we do have fog lights front and rear on this car as well. We've got like a 10 speaker sound system, and it sounds ridiculously good. Obviously we've got one all the way up there, we've got a speaker there, 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 and then a few in the back as well. Like, the sound system in this car is astonishing. It's honestly better than a lot of Audis I've been in, and that really says something, because Škoda's meant to be Volkswagen Group's cheapest like base model like brand with Seat, and I love it. It's a really, really nice sound system. Obviously this is like Mark 5 generation Golf. The door handles are really nice on Škodas as well. I really like how you can just kind of slip your finger in and then do it like that. It's just, it's nice. It's nice. And then of course you got your mirror controls there as well. Silver trim throughout the interior, which does look quite nice. I do like it a lot. And then relatively big storage bins as well. Don't mind my medication there. Apart from that, obviously I did show the key is quite literally just a Volkswagen key, so there you go. Moving around, the air vents are actually lay flats. These are like Mark IV Bora style lay flat vents, and I love them. They're awesome. You got a little storage tray up here as well, a little glove here as well. Brilliant, love to see it. Has a button there. Obviously these are all lay flats as well, so that is all nice. We've got the Bolero radio here, and it's bizarre because it has, I don't know if like one of you Škoda people can tell me, welcome on board. This is your captain speaking, our car. I don't know if one of you Škoda enthusiasts can tell me what's going on here, but the Bluetooth audio thing is grayed out, and I don't know how to ungray it out. I don't know if it has the Bluetooth module or not, and it's just like teasing me with that. It's strange, but the infotainment system, it's just RNS 510 software pretty much. So again, Mark 6 generation Volkswagen stuff, but reskinned to be Škoda, and a slightly different design, and I don't know, different manufacturer, this, that, the other, but it's pretty much just a Volkswagen software that runs underneath it, so it works very well. This is quite literally just Mark 6 Golf with some green backlighting, and they've called it a day. Which is good. It's nice how they can just recycle Volkswagen parts. It's good. It's very, very good. And of course we've got our heated seat, and the aircon controls work well, everything like that, so that's good. Tire pressure set button there, traction control button there. Yep, nothing else to really say about that. We've got a little storage cubby in there, which is felt lined. Very, very nice. This car is optioned with the DQ250 DSG, so the 6-speed DSG. The mechatronics has already been done on my particular car, so that is a very, very good thing to do. We do have a manual shifting, everything like that. The gearbox works well when it works, but they are all just ticking time bombs. They always need clutches, they always need mechatronics. DSGs from the first generation are never fun to live with. Never fun to live with. They're great when they work, but my God, they're expensive when they need work. Like I said in my Golf Mark 5 TDI review, my R32 went through 3 gearboxes. So yeah, they can have problems. Down here, you have your manual handbrake. Love to see it. We do have space for 2 drinks and a tiny drink in the middle there, so that is good. Center armrest here with quite a lot of storage and your aux cord port in the middle there, which is nice. Moving around to the seats on the VRS. They are beautiful. They have the VRS logo embossed in the top here, and they're kind of like a mix between this Alcantara suede and leather and cloth. It's just a mix of materials. They're very, very comfortable, very, very supportive, and I really, really like them. They are very, very nice seats. Obviously, mine's a little bit dirty. It's 300,000 Ks. The leather's cracking. It's a bit dirty. 300,000 Ks. I honestly don't think this is that bad compared to my Lexus, which has done a similar amount of kilometers. It is, granted, a slightly older car, but similar Ks. I believe these seats have actually worn quite a fair bit better. Something that hasn't worn quite as well is the headliner. Now, this is very common in Volkswagen Group cars. The headliners do tend to sag, but that is obviously fixable just by putting thumbtacks in or getting it replaced entirely, but not really worth it on a car like this. So I might just do the old thumbtack trick. Up here, you do actually have a sunglasses holder. Very, very nice. And then you have some little buttons here that control the lights. This, that, the other. You also have that right there, as well as your rear seats. Now, the rear seats haven't held up quite as well in this particular car, but that is okay. Because your leather and everything from the front door cards also passes into the rear, so they haven't cheaped out there, which is good. Very, very nice. And, I mean, yeah, rear seats are pretty comfortable, and even with my seating position, there is a tiny bit of legroom, which is bizarre. I mean, it is a wagon, so there is quite a lot more room than my usual hatchbacks and this, that, the other. Anyway, I think we should get this thing on the road because I am quite keen to drive it. So let's go do that. So here we are in my Octavia VRS, and I do apologize. I do currently look like Kim Kardashian because my mouth is very swollen because of the stupid wisdom tooth removal. This is okay. We will get on with it. It doesn't matter. Please try to ignore that. I hate it. I don't enjoy it. So it's now. All right. I wonder how many times we're going to go into limp mode during this review. We'll try to keep it to a minimum. This is quite okay. We'll start with the windows up. Put it into drive. Yes, we are in drive. Check third brake light. Okay, I will. You know what? I will, Škoda. Thank you very much. So out on the road, just driving it normally. Little bit of road noise. Nothing crazy though. The ride is quite firm, but in a good way. It's firm in the way that you feel confident kind of throwing it around corners, but it's not too intrusive on the comfort side of things, so it is still quite comfortable, especially with these seats. These seats are beautiful to sit in. Very, very comfortable seats, and a perfect amount of bolstering as well, even just taking corners at relatively slow speeds. Very, very comfortable. But this is a bit boring, so we will open the window a little bit. We are coming up to my little straight here. I love the steering on this thing. The whole car just feels very solid. It doesn't feel like a car that's done 303,000 kilometers, I'll tell you that much. Alright, drop a couple gears. Let's pray we don't go into limp mode, but we probably will. Alright, you ready? It feels like it's already in limp mode. This is foot flat. Why is it not going anywhere? It's... Here we go! We're in limp mode already. Yeah, okay. That's nice. Yeah, that's not what 125 kilowatts is meant to feel like. I will be honest. So let's pop it into neutral. There we go. Yeah, I maybe should have done this review when the car is like fully functional, but this is the thing. Depending on the cost of the repairs, I don't know if I'm still going to have the car. Alright. There we go. This feels a bit faster. Even for a car which is pretty much on life support at the moment. It still picks up pretty well. I wouldn't say it's the slowest thing I've ever driven. Even in limp mode, it's still faster than the T-Cross. The T-Cross is a car that permanently lives outside of limp mode. This car in limp mode is faster than a T-Cross. So, yeah, there you go. Take that as you will. It being a diesel, it's incredibly fuel efficient. I've driven this car, what, 400 Ks. I got the car in 3/4 of a tank. I've only used up half a tank. I've driven it, what, like 400-500 Ks, something like that. Yeah, very impressive fuel economy, and that is in limp mode as well. So it is like burning more fuel than it's meant to. I do also need a wheel bearing, so if you do hear a vibrating noise, that is only because I need a wheel bearing. Yeah, this car needs a little work, but I only bought it for $900. I bought this entire Octavia VRS for $900. So really, I can't complain at all. Like, it is a very, very, very solid car for $900. In fact, I love it so much that I'm actually going to replace my 1.9 TDI Golf with this car as my new daily. It just feels so nice. It's like this perfect blend between a Volkswagen and an Audi, and I really love that about it. And it's so practical as well. And I don't know, I like to refer to it as the Mark 6 Golf GTD wagon they never made, or they never brought to Australia. I'm pretty sure that, I don't know, maybe they made it overseas or something, but we certainly didn't get it in Australia. And I just love that about it. Like, it's just a very, very, I've got some slow, like, Audi driving. That's fine. I mean, I'm probably going to go into limp mode in a second anyway, so it really doesn't matter. But it does mean that I can't thrash it through some twisties and test out the dynamic performance of this thing. But this is okay, because driving it is very nice. The switchgear, I forgot to mention, is straight out of a Mark 5. Yeah, there are just like bits and pieces of Volkswagen everywhere. Like all the switchgear is pretty much from a Volkswagen. The rear view mirrors from a Mark 5. The lights and everything, that's all from like Mark 4, Mark 5, Mark 6. It's just a parts bin car pretty much, and that's all Škodas are. But that's why they're so cheap, because they don't have to manufacture new parts. They just use the parts that are pre-existing, and they create cars that actually are very, very nice to drive. Like this engine, it's just reused from Golf models. Everything about a Škoda, it's like there's a couple of Škoda touches, and it just kind of completes them. I don't know. It's a really, really interesting car brand. It's a very, very interesting car brand, because it's like meant to be a budget Volkswagen, but more often times than not, the cars Škoda make are actually nicer than Volkswagens. Like the brand new Octavia VRS, I would argue, has a much nicer interior and much better spec line, and is better valued for money than the new Golf GTIs. It doesn't make too much sense to me, but there you go. That's the Škoda difference. I suppose they don't have that brand image that Volkswagen. Not that Volkswagen have a particularly like higher class brand image, but Škodas, I suppose, are seen as like a very lower class vehicle still, even though the quality of their cars has significantly increased. So there we go. Woohoo! Driving my Octavia VRS, and I'm so pleased. I actually love this car. I really, really do. This is my very first wagon, it's my very first Škoda, and it's the 40th car I've ever purchased. Check the brake light again. Should we risk doing a pull? I think we should. Okay, I think it's gone into the mode again. Well, maybe not. Yeah, the power delivery is like all over the place. It's like stuttering. I think new turbo or clean intake manifold would make a big difference on this car. But it's unfortunate because I can't actually give like a educated should you buy this, right, on this car, because it's not like perfect. It does have imperfections, but it is a 300,000 kilometer Škoda Octavia VRS, and my opinion, if this is the car in limp mode, it in regular, like normal driving condition, it's just going to be even better. So I would heavily suggest, if you're a car enthusiast and you want something reliable, good on fuel, practical, like this car just does everything. It's comfortable, it's got an amazing sound system, you've got all the tech you need, it's brilliant to drive. It's actually a very, very nice driving experience, and it's so practical. Like, seriously, this car ticks every single box for me. Like, I can do everything with this car. This car is pretty much just like the most practical car I could ever imagine. Like, it's like a perfect blend between dynamic, practical, and luxurious. I wouldn't say it's luxurious, but it's got all the features I'd ever want. Like, I love it. If you find one for a good price, buy it. $900 for all this, in my case, I'm ecstatic. I'm over the moon. I love this. I don't know how many times I can say it. I just love this car. I love this car so much. Yeah, very, very pleased with it. Bloody hell, the steering, everything about it. This car just excites me. This car really, really, really excites me. And if you follow my Instagram page, you'll see that all I've been posting over the last few days, ever since I bought this car, is just this Octavia. Because I am just that obsessed with it. I really, really, really like this car. And I'm sure you would too if you bought one. Yes, I'm very pleased. I'm really, really pleased. So, as much as I love my 1.9 TDIs, I'm sorry, but this is my replacement. This is my replacement, and yes. Let's ignore the saggy headliner. Anyway, yes, that'll be it for the video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one, where hopefully my cheek will have recovered and I no longer look like a Kardashian. So, yeah. Anyway, I'll catch you in the next one.